Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Re Lian. Yes, I changed the name now to Re Lian instead of Re Li because it's kind of hard to search for Re Li on the search bar in Spotify, so I decided to change it. And today we are on episode number 14. My gosh, I didn't realize that I had taken a 1 month hiatus from the podcast. I think the last episode was January 31. And I just want to assure you that we are back. We're also uploading on YouTube, so if you want to watch the video version, you can. And there are a bunch of podcast episodes that I have already edited that I just need to go through and schedule for release. So I'm so excited to be sharing those with you. But for today, I really wanted to talk about my album. So for those who don't know, or who you probably know though, especially if you're a Dandelion, shout out to my most active Dandelions out there. You know who you are. You already know that I have an album. It's called Unang Hakbang, and it's been out for about more than a month now. We released it on Feb 18, 2022. And can I just say, this album has been an absolute labor of love, I'd say. And not just a labor of love, but it's really just a collection of the experiences that I've had in the past 2 years, starting March 2020. So for everybody who's not familiar with this story, I started writing songs pretty late. So around 2019 or 2020. So back in 2019, I was co-writing with other people. So I'd write lyrics, maybe craft my own melodies, but I wasn't comfortable making full songs. So what does that mean? As in making songs from scratch with chords and lyrics and a melody from start to finish, from the first verse up until the last chorus. And it was only when the pandemic hit that I really felt the need to start doing it more. And it was only because of my friend Aina, because she's known as Aina officially on all channels, that I really got started doing this. And we did a once a week challenge. So basically we had to write one song and present it to each other every Sunday. And if we didn't have something every Sunday, it's not that there was like a consequence or anything, but we just felt the shame of not having been able to commit to what we had committed to. So we try to do it every week. And through these every week songs, I can probably show or make you listen to a couple of them maybe in the future. Let's see. But there are a couple of them that, of course, are never going to be released in the public just because I don't really think that the quality is that good. So maybe in the future, if some, I don't know, family member of mine wants to look into my old digital files, then maybe. But in any case, we did that one song a week, and from those one songs a week came some of the songs from this album. So I can name two of those. So that's Space and Time, and I think it was Waiting. Yes, Space and Time and Waiting. And those were also inspired by very specific situations. And then for the other songs in the album, such as Verified and Saya, they had actually come from more spontaneous means of creation. For Saya, I was jamming in a ukulele shop with a friend of mine, and we were just playing around with the ukuleles there, and then I came up with the chord progression, which was D minor going to F. And then I asked her for a chord, and she was like, oh, this is Chelly, by the way. If you want to check out her music, she's awesome. And I asked her for the chord, and then she said, why don't you do the G chord? And we came up with sort of like a melody right there, and that's how Saya was born. And then I worked with a producer from Canada named Darren Christopher Lee. You guys can check him out too. And we worked on an early demo of Saya, and his sort of early piano arrangement made it to the final arrangement. It was arranged finally by Tommy Katigbak. So that was how Saya was born. And then for Verified, it was kind of spontaneous in a sense that it had come from a real feeling. So I was feeling really, I think it wasn't really depressed, but I was feeling sad and down. And I was feeling annoyed that I was feeling sad and down because I kept on comparing myself to other people. And I wanted to create a song that would be a sort of anthem and a reminder to myself, not to compare myself to other people. So at that time, I just had the lyrics. I wrote them down in one go and I didn't know what to do with it. I was trying to think of a melody, but nothing could really come to me in that specific moment. And I was just like, I'll just leave it. So I left it. It's in my Notion songwriting tab. And then I think it was the week before we left for Dubai in December. And I said, why don't I just top line this? So I found a beat online and I sang over the beat with my lyrics. And eventually we had a new beat arranged for, but that's how Verified came to be. So it really came from that very real place of wanting to remind myself that I am enough and I don't need to let other people dictate who I am. So it's very kind of angsty. I don't usually do angst, but I'm happy that Verified went out into the world because I think, to me at least, it signals a new era of music for me, at least a new evolution of my sound, and I'm happy to continue exploring down that pathway because over the years I started out as a cover artist and I started out with ballad type songs, piano ballads, and I was very comfortable there because I originally wanted to become a Broadway singer. So that sort of sound fit with what I knew of myself and of the kinds of artists that I admired, like Sarah Bareilles and John Legend. So to have a deviation sort of in that sound, I think is just a representation or a marker of how I've evolved and grown musically and also as a person. You know, the ability to explore, the ability to be comfortable in that exploration and trusting the process, I suppose. Because when you explore, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what territory I'm going to land up or end up in, right? And you just trust that you're going to be taken by the current to somewhere mildly interesting, or at least very interesting, hopefully. So I've listened to different artists over the past 2 years, listened to K-pop, and then tried lo-fi, experimented with different things. So I think the album really is a testament to my love for exploration and a testament to my own personal commitment to trying to just grow and evolve and continue to be a better person. And I think that's sort of the direction that I want to take my music with, is just to be a diary of sorts of my personal development, so to speak. And hopefully it'll also inspire and encourage other people as well to go and be brave on their own journeys. And so that's the album. I'll probably do a more in-depth version of how I made these songs. Let me know if you would like to hear that. In the meantime, you guys can follow me everywhere on social media. I'm at Liankyla Music. And stay tuned next week for a very special episode of Do Re Li. We will be having Miss Yang Constantino on the podcast. And I'm so excited for you to hear the episode. In the meantime, take care and I'll see you next time. One more time. See you next time. Bye-bye.